Hello, this is Kemi Sorinmade with the Growth Studio, bringing you tools, tips, and strategies to help you improve personal and team performance so that you can increase your effectiveness and achieve better results as an individual contributor, manager, or executive. Today, I want to share with you a few tips on how to get buy-in into your ideas, your initiatives, or whatever it is that you're trying to proposition with your team members or co-workers. And I want to share these tips to help you really take a look inside yourself and see what is it that you can do better so that you can increase your chance of getting buy-in. And really we want to get buy-in into ideas or propositional ideas so that we can get better results, so that we can achieve results for our organization. So the first thing you need to ask yourself is, do people buy into me first? People will buy into you first before they buy in into your idea. So no matter how good your idea is, or no matter how good that initiative or that new rule or that new procedure is, and you know that it will probably benefit your organization. But the first thing is that, do people really buy into you first? People will buy into you first before they buy into your idea or into your vision. And here are some things to consider to really help people buy into you. The first thing, get your paper and pencil and write down these four. I think I'll give you four tips, four things that you can do to get people to buy into you. The first thing is to check your relationships, your relationship with your team, your relationship with the people you're trying to get buy-in from. What is that relationship like? Have you been connecting with them? Have you been only transactional and not relational with them? So when you're just transactional and you bring in this great idea, because people don't really know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you, they don't respect you, they might not even give you an ear, they will not give you an audience to that idea that you have. So you have to really build and establish and improve those relationships. So take a step back and ask yourself, what is my relationship like with these people? How well do they trust me? How well do they respect me? And that's the first step in them being able to buy into you, and then into your idea. Number two is to establish credibility. So you have to think, am I credible? Am I trustworthy? Do these people trust me? Like I said earlier, trust is a big factor. And to build trust, you have to have shown a good track record. What has been your track record? Have you been keeping your promises? You had an idea before, you had an incentive or initiative before. How successful was that last initiative? How successful was that last idea? So people have to be able to trust you. You have to be credible. And another thing to consider is, what results have you shown in the past? What kind of results have you shown? So for example, if you are trying to offer up a new idea, in what ways have you even implemented that idea yourself up to a certain point? Based on using your own resources, your own time. You all know when you watch Shark Tank and people are asking for investments, people to invest into their new ventures or new ideas, one of the first things the sharks would ask is, what have you done so far? How much have you made so far? How many units have you sold? So what is your track record? Yes, you're asking for funding, you're asking for money, you're asking for help, but how far have you taken it on your own, by yourself? People want to be able to see that you've been able to show results, and that's when people will begin to buy in. That's when your boss will begin to buy in into that new idea or that great idea. And another thing to consider is, have you been keeping your promises? Have you really shown that this is something that you are committed to? So if you show that you're not committed to it, if you're not modeling a good example, if you're not modeling what it is that you're trying to have other people do, it's going to be hard for them to even trust you, to be able to come on board, because a lot of people do what they see and not necessarily what they hear. So you also have to make sure that you're modeling maybe that new thing you want people to start doing, that new task you want people to start doing. You have to start showing that you can do it yourself and that you're doing it yourself, and that will really get people on board to help you and to be on board to be a part of it. And thirdly, people are always thinking, what is it? What is in it for them? What is in it for the people that you're trying to have come on board? What is it that they will benefit? what is the benefit they're going to get from that initiative, that idea, that new procedure, that new rule. And again, people are bent on purpose. They want to know what the purpose is. Why is this idea even in existence? Why is this new initiative in existence? What is the purpose? What is the reason? So people are moved by why. So you have to let them know why you wanting them to do this. So you really have to establish the purpose for that idea, for that initiative, and how it benefits them. How are they going to benefit from it, even though it might have nothing to do with them, so to speak. But really try to find and tie that idea, that initiative, that vision to what their purpose is, so that they can have a connection. Because when people don't have a connection, when people don't have a sense of purpose, then there's no reason for them to jump on the bandwagon with you and follow you, or try to help you out, or whatever it is that you want to achieve from them buying into that idea or that vision. And then lastly, you have to give it time. It takes time to build those relationships. It takes time for people to get on board sometimes. And people forget also. So you may have shared that vision, you may have shared that idea, because everyone has their own agendas. They have the things that they're busy with. That's not top of mind for them. So you have to give it time, and you have to keep communicating it. You have to keep sharing it through different channels. I have something I say called the 3 C's of communication, of communicating your vision. So they are: your vision, your idea has to be constantly in front of you and your team members. It has to be communicated, and it has to be clear. People have to really understand what it is that you're trying to sell them. They have to really understand, and it has to be clear to them. They have to connect to it. They have to understand it, because it's originating from you. They might not necessarily understand what it is that you're trying to tell them or let them know. So you have to make it really clear as mud. So those are the 4 quick things to consider to make sure that people are bought into you first. And when they buy into you, they'll more likely buy into your idea or vision. So those are the quick tips, and I hope they are of value to you. If you have any questions, if I can support you further, please contact me at The Growth Studio. Our website is thegrowth-studio.com.